The objective of Alpha Bandits is to score the most points by forming words of 3 or more letters. A player wins by scoring the most points after 4 rounds of play. To start a game of Alpha Bandits, every player draws 7 letter tiles from the loot bag.
One of the best parts of Alpha Bandits is that you're never waiting for another player's turn.
And that's because everyone plays at the same time.
Each tile has 2 sides. The small letter on the tile tells you what letter's on the other side. The big letter, well, that's what letter's on this side.
To form your words, you take your tiles from behind your mask and you play them into the play area. That's an area where everyone can see your tiles.
Important, once you put your tiles in front of your mask, you can't take them back and you can't flip them over. So make your words behind your mask and then put them out.
Look, I spelled ton of fun. Oh wait, I can't take it back. Dang it. Points are simple. 1 letter equals 1 point. So let's add up our scores. I've got 3 points for ton and 3 points for fun. So that's 6 points.
Easy, right?
Yeah, it's pretty easy. But there are ways where you can double your word score.
That's right. This is a gemstone tile. With a gemstone tile, you can create any letter you want. And played in a word, it doubles the value of that word. So now instead of hot, I have shot. I'm a hot shot, so I get 8 points. Now there's also a way to get negative points.
So let's say instead of fun, I only had U and N, un out there. It's negative 2 points because it's less than 3 letters.
Each letter would count as negative 1 point.
So they must be in words of 3 or more letters.
If, for example, he had spelled fun using a gemstone,
double points, baby.
And it's 6 points, right? But if I took away the F, now he's got un, in, on, but guess what? It's less than 3 letters. So not only does he get negative points, he gets double negative points because the gemstone's part of his negative points.
Really?
Yep. Sorry, sucker.
That sucks.
Who'd be dumb enough to play a word with less than 3 letters if they know it's how you get negative points?
It's all due to these devious little bandit tiles.
This is where you get an opportunity to really wreak havoc on an opponent.
Absolutely. There are 6 different bandit tiles. Let's learn about them. The first bandit tile we're going to talk about is the banish tile. This allows you to take any letter in play and banish it into the loot bag. So let's say I'm going to banish this F. Take them both, put them in the loot bag.
Cool. Moving on.
The next bandit tile is the grab tile. I can play this tile to grab any letter in play. I think I'm going to take your O in hot.
Instead of going back in the bag, it goes behind his mask so he can use it later. Thievery. I'm starting to detect a theme here.
Alright, the next one up is the flip tile. This allows you to help yourself if you need to flip your own tiles or causing misery to your opponents.
That's right. So let's say, for example, I've got a word that has 3 letters, but it's not a word. If I use flip, I can flip it from hint to hot. Or you can also use it on your opponents, taking storm and turning it into storm. Now don't forget that after I do this, your opponent can still rearrange his letters. So instead of having -5, he can just move his tiles around and spell moss. Yeah, he'll have the leftover R for -1 point, but he'll get +4 points instead of -5. So.
That's right.
Oh, my turn?
It's your turn.
Alright, the next tile up is swap. Swap lets you trade letters with any opponent, or you can have 2 letters traded between 2 other opponents. So for example, I could play this and trade my Q in quat, which is not a word, for Matt's H. Now I have hot for 3 points, and he's got quen for -3 points. Or, you know what else I could have done? Is I can have Matt and this other mystery guest over here trade letters. So now Matt has Ren and they have Stom.
It's awesome.
Now both of them get negative points, and I still have quad.
You ended up with quad.
Now, if you're tired of getting messed around with, that brings us to our next tile, block. You can play this tile anytime someone's trying to play a bandit tile and it kills it, and both those tiles go back into the loot bag. Booyah!
Can you block a block tile?
Sure, why not?
Sure, why not? So a round can end in two ways. The first way is everybody's played all their letter tiles, everyone agrees that the round is over.
The second way is with our last little tile. This tile is called end round. When you play this tile, the round immediately ends. You can't play any more tiles, you can't play any other bandit tiles, that's it, end of round.
So let me see that, Rob. So this can be played strategically, and there's a couple ways you can do that. One is if you know you have the end round tile, play all your letters fast. Fast as you can before anyone else has a chance to form their words, and then you play the end round. You score points, your opponents get none. Another way to do it, for example, is to play a swap tile, mess with both your opponent's words, right? Now they're getting negative points. You play the end round tile.
Before they have a chance to rearrange their letters.
Yeah.
Now they're going to get a bunch of negative points, while you got all positive points. Now that the round is over, you add up everyone's score, and then you play another round.
A new round starts by everyone drawing back up to 7 tiles, putting them behind your masks.
You play 4 rounds, and whoever's got the highest score after 4 rounds wins the game.
And that's it. You have learned how to play Alpha Bandits in just a few minutes. And it's a great game because every single time you play, there's a different experience.
So, happy thieving, everyone, from your friends at Wiggity Bang Games.
This is what I gotta put up.